Today, we're gonna win. We're gonna fight.
Notre Dame stops it. The Irish win the game.
We play together, we play for each other, and we play to win.
Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame members Coca-Cola, Sprint, Gatorade, and Under Armour. Inside Notre Dame Football is also sponsored by ATI Physical Therapy, Bank of America, Cadillac, CBTS, Xfinity, Meyer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and UPS.
This is a team game. It's a team game. We win together, we lose together. So there shouldn't be any heads down. We know we got to get better. We just played in the game. You all know what happened out there. But we won the football game as a team.
Irish head coach Brian Kelly talking to his team after Notre Dame stayed undefeated on the season with a 50-43 victory over North Carolina on Saturday. Hello again, Irish fans, and welcome to this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly. I'm Jack Nolan. The Irish jumped up a notch in the AP poll after their victory over the Tar Heels and are now ranked 5th in both major college polls, heading into a showdown with second-ranked Florida State this weekend in Tallahassee. Coach Kelly is proud his team overcame numerous mistakes in the game to beat the high-scoring Tar Heels, but he is disappointed that 3 costly turnovers made the contest a difficult one for the Irish to win.
I know it's something that we always talk about, but turnovers definitely can come back to haunt you, and this one almost did. You know, we spotted a good offense in North Carolina, 14 points, and we had to battle to find a way to win, but our kids hung in there. They believed they're going to win, and they found a way to win in a sloppy game.
This is Phyllis. Phyllis is headed to a science conference, so she's not thinking about tires right now. But if she were, all she'd need to know is TireRack.com. She could use their reviews to find the perfect tires for her car and get them shipped to a local recommended installer. But Phyllis isn't thinking about tires. Phyllis is thinking, I'm not really sure, but it's probably important. TireRack.com. Find, deliver, install.
What happens to your internet when everybody's online at once?
It's very frustrating.
Run into bandwidth issues.
Xfinity delivers the fastest and most reliable in-home Wi-Fi. I bet we can have all 3 of these guys on their devices and download our favorite HD show. You're going to be impressed.
Never seen something download that fast.
Everyone can be on their devices all at the same time.
So, flippin' fast.
Get the fastest in-home Wi-Fi with Xfinity Internet, or get started for $19.99 a month for a year. See for yourself. Call 855-215-FAST.
Sweat. It says I was here. I worked here. It says I only have so much to give before I have to take. What I lose, I want to get back. Sweat says I earned this. Gatorade, created to help replace what you sweat out.
North Carolina came into Saturday's matchup averaging 36 points per game. Against the Irish, 21 of the 43 points the Tar Heels scored came off of turnovers, including 2 in the opening minutes of the game that gave Carolina a quick 14-0 lead.
If you look at the first turnover, the route's too deep. He has to take an extra step in the pocket, and then he gets the ball clubbed out of his hands. There's the first turnover. The second turnover, you know, I'll put that on Everett. He normally doesn't make that decision to throw an inside rollover. All of them we'll analyze, we'll work on, make sure that we take care of the football in all facets.
You're down 14-0, and Tarian Folston comes up with the first big play of the game for you on offense on the short pass over the middle.
It's a little slip screen that we felt like would be very effective against North Carolina in the way they rush upfield. And it really got us into some rhythm, and I think that kind of got things moving positively. and I think we needed that big play at that time.
Will Fuller then makes 2 big catches for you, including the one for the touchdown, and you're on the board.
Will has shown him to be the big play guy for us, and nicely executed screenplay. We got some good blocks, and then Will did a nice job of cutting back against the grain underneath, used his speed, got us on the board.
And on that next Carolina possession, Isaac Rochelle with back-to-back tackles for losses got you the ball right back.
We needed to make some plays defensively, and Isaac was physical at the point of attack. We got some good movement defensively, and we obviously needed that kind of defensive play to get the momentum back offensively.
And you then tie the game with a drive that included 3 passes of 10 yards or more.
That's the rhythm that we were looking for. We needed that kind of production, and again, Will Fuller's been big for us.
Your defense then follows with a 3-and-out. You quickly score after that 3-and-out, and Greg Bryant touches the ball in the last 3 snaps, including the run for the touchdown.
We ran an inside pull play, and he stepped up inside the linebacker, and he got bounced outside. It was a nice, hard, physical run, and really liked the way Greg caught it on that drive and ran it. He showed his ability to do both. It was nice to see him get in the end zone.
Carolina comes back and scores, but Jerron Jones blocks the extra point. Later in the quarter, Joe Schmidt comes up with a huge hit, forces a fumble, sets up another touchdown.
Huge play by Joe, and he's obviously been big for us, and getting the ball loose and getting great field position. Our defense sets us up there for a quick score.
That quick score gave the Irish a 28-20 lead, but Carolina added another touchdown with 1:20 left in the half. The Tar Heels went for 2, but the attempt failed, and the Irish headed to the locker room at halftime, leading by only 2, 28-26. It was a busy halftime for the Notre Dame coaches and players.
We had to go immediately into talking about where we needed to clean some things up and what we wanted to accomplish in the second half. The first thing we said is, listen, defense needs to make a statement right away. First of all, it's kickoff coverage, and then let's make a statement defensively and get the ball back right away, and that we did.
Before earning enough cash back from Bank of America to help pay for her kids' ice time. Before earning 1% cash back everywhere, every time. And 2% back at the grocery store. Even before she got 3% back on gas, all with no hoops to jump through. Katie used her Bank Americard Cash Rewards credit card to stay warm and toasty during the heat of competition. That's the comfort of rewarding connections. Apply online or at a Bank of America near you.
Got him in group as a go.
Yes! Not just a startup, an upstart. Gotta get going.
Gotta be good.
Good?
Good.
Growth is the goal. How do we do that?
I talked to UPS. They'll help us out. New technology, smart advice. We focus on the business, and they take care of the logistics.
UPS.
Good going.
We get good. That's great.
Great.
Great. Great.
Great.
Great. Great.
Great.
Great.
Great.
I love logistics.
This is Bob. Bob's on a first date, so he's not thinking about where to buy his next set of tires. But if he were, all he'd need to know is TireRack.com. They stock over 1 million tires and can have yours shipped to a trusted, independent, recommended installer in as little as 1 business day. But Bob's not thinking about tires. Bob's thinking, should I tell her about that thing in her teeth? TireRack.com. Find, deliver, install.
Before the break, you heard Coach Kelly say the coaches told the Irish defense at halftime they had to make a statement to start the second half, and the defense responded, forcing the North Carolina offense into a 3-and-out that gave possession of the ball back to the Irish on the Notre Dame 38-yard line less than a minute and a half into the third quarter.
Getting that quick stop, getting the ball back, because they obviously deferred. They wanted the football. They felt that they had some momentum going in at halftime. I thought it was a big way for us to get the football right back.
And you score quickly, but it's an interesting drive. 4 straight runs and then a 35-yard touchdown pass to Fuller.
We felt like it was important to run the football, be a little bit more physical, and I think we were. But again, getting the ball to Will Fuller is a great idea, and we hit him big with the silo, and he comes underneath and does a great job with the run after the catch.
Carolina answers with 2 scores to take the lead again, but you come back with a very important scoring drive helped by a roughing the snapper call on a punt.
We had seen earlier on 2 occasions that our long snapper was being hit. It's pretty clear. That's one of those rules that you stay off the center. They'll let you get into the gaps, but you do not take a shot at the center. And it happened twice, and they actually warned him about it. You know, we got the penalty, and it was a huge one for us, and we were able to capitalize on it.
You were trailing at the time, and you go down and you score on a 9-yard pass to Folston, who had an outstanding game.
You know, they played some zone down there in the red zone. We got a chance to take a look at it from the sideline. Did a nice job of cutting back against a pressure and walked into the end zone.
Carolina tries to come back and score again, but Cole Luke comes up with his 3rd interception in 2 games.
Very opportunistic, did a great job of getting that ball, gaining control before he went out of bounds and setting us up for a nice opportunity there.
And a classic put the game away drive, 10 plays, 9 runs, 7 by Folston.
That's the way you want to close out games. We ate clock. We needed to keep our defense off the field. They were tired. We played too many snaps on defense, and so we were thin. Losing Collinsworth obviously put us in a situation where we were very thin back at the safety position. It was absolutely crucial that we run the football, eat clock, and secure a victory.
Who stood out for you on offense in the game?
We gave the game ball to Tarian Folston. I thought he ran hard. You know, I think you have to have everybody up front. The offensive line has to find a way to clear a path for your running backs in that situation. I think they did a very good job on that last drive.
How about who stood out for you on defense?
I think Cole Luke played very well. I think Cole's starting to show himself as one of those consistent players for us.
There is your final score. The 43 points scored by North Carolina is the most ever given up by Notre Dame in an Irish win. There is a look at your final stats provided by UND.com. Notre Dame won the time of possession battle, and that was important as well, because when you add 7 penalty snaps onto Carolina's total of 84 offensive plays, the Irish defense was on the field for 91 snaps on Saturday, not including conversion attempts, and as you just heard Coach Kelly say, that is too many snaps on the field for this year's young Irish defense. Tarian Folston truly deserved the game ball as he accounted for a career-high 169 yards of total offense against North Carolina. He also scored a career-high 3 touchdowns, with the 3rd providing the Irish with their margin of victory. That 3rd touchdown is this week's ATI Physical Therapy Moment of the Week.
They can't hold me. Let go. Let go. They can't hold me, baby.
Good. Notre Dame.
Let's go.
50. North Carolina 36.
Got
you. You know, I come in here, you know, kind of every week, you know, for the past couple of weeks and say, oh, I got to do a better job, I got to do a better job. Right now, it's time for me to stop saying that, and it's time for me to, you know, put my words into actions and actually do that.
Everett Golson talking about his recent problems protecting the football following Notre Dame's victory over North Carolina. Golson knows that turnovers are not acceptable, but it is also likely the Irish would not be 6-0 halfway through the season without Everett's efforts. Golson recorded his 3rd career 300-yard passing game Saturday to become just the 4th Irish quarterback to throw for 300 yards in 3 or more games. Golson also improved his record as Notre Dame starting quarterback to 16-1, which is the best winning percentage of any Irish starting quarterback in school history. That is, after all, what all the hard work on the practice field and in games is all about, winning. And whether you turn in a dominant performance or claw your way to a gritty victory, there is nothing like that winning feeling.
Great. Obviously, the goal is to put a win on the board every week. We did that. We obviously didn't like how it happened, but it did happen, and we're happy for that.
It always feels good to get a win, and you know it feels even better that we put up 50 points. So that's just great.
It's a team game. I mean, some games you have to rely on defense, some games you have to rely on offense, but when it comes down to it, we played as a team today, and we got the W.
It's time now for Coach Kelly to select one of Notre Dame's 7 scoring drives against North Carolina to be this week's TireRack.com drive of the game.
It's probably that one that closed it out. You know, running the football at the end of the game, taking time off the clock. We were tired. We could not put our defense back out on the field. I think that's the one that puts it away for us.
the evolution of luxury continues. The next generation 2015 Escalade.
Sprint has done it again. First, there was the Sprint Family Share Pack. A family of 2, 4, or even 10 gets unlimited talk, text, and 20 gigabytes of data to share with the entire family for only $100 a month. That's double the high-speed data of AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. Double the data. And now check out Sprint's new unlimited plan. Individual lines of unlimited data, talk, and text at just $50 a month per line. Our lowest price ever. $100 a month for the family, $50 a month for individual lines. Sprint, it's the best value in wireless.
We have debuted a new weekly feature on Watch ND every Monday this season. We call it Slow-Mo Saturdays, a slow-motion look at the previous weekend's game. The North Carolina game edition was still in production when we taped this show, but we thought you just might enjoy taking another look at last week's big win by Notre Dame over Stanford.
Inside the 10, heading to the end zone. Notre Dame's in the end zone. Chris Brown on a crossing pattern.
Well, let's see. Notre Dame spreads the field. There are no blockers back with Golson. He's going to go to Fuller or Robinson, you would think.
I like the tight end.
Oh, he's been quiet today. Here's the snap. Golson looks. Looking for a place to go. Golson throws. Open receiver in the end zone. Touchdown! Notre Dame! Somehow, the Irish did it! Ben Koyak! It was the tight end, Allen. You had it. In one of the all-time games at Notre Dame Stadium, they've been playing 127 years. Notre Dame wins.
What a way to wrap up a game with a blitz sack on the game's final play. Again, look for Slow-Mo Saturdays to be posted every Monday on Watch ND. Now, all because Notre Dame gave up 43 points this weekend, that doesn't mean the Irish defense did not turn in some big plays. Earlier, we showed you 2 consecutive tackles for loss by Isaac Rochelle in the first quarter that got the ball back for the Irish and enabled the offense to tie the game. Now we'll see how Isaac does tackling my questions on this week's 60-second drill. Favorite all-time movie?
Hot Rod.
Player on the team most like you?
Sam Musfer, because they say he looks like me.
First car you ever drove?
F-250.
Favorite TV show?
I'm watching Lost, so Lost.
Favorite breakfast meal?
Eggs and bacon.
Get up early or sleep in?
Get up early.
Best player to room with on the road?
Ooh, Romeo Okwara.
One thing you always hear from Coach Kelly at practice?
Lock in.
Hardest hitter on the team?
Ooh, probably Elijah Shoemate.
Toughest player to tackle on the team?
All our running backs.
Best singer on the team?
Corey Robinson.
Best dancer on the team?
Max Redfield.
Best comedian on the team?
Chase Houndshaw.
Best dresser on the team?
No one.
Worst dresser on the team?
Probably me. I'm struggling.
Best thing about playing for Notre Dame?
Just being here.
Isaac Russell, you've completed the 60-second drill.
Thanks.
Inside Notre Dame football.
Too easy.
Couple of quizzes. Dinner? I don't know. Oh, love that. Send me the recipe. You too, Mom.
Hey, Jake.
Hey, what are you doing?
We're just sitting down for dinner.
Perfect. Mind if I join you?
You did it.
Whenever you're close to Meyer, you're a little closer to home.
A financial institution is behind many of the milestones in your life. Pick one that sees you as more than just an account number. Own your dreams. Join a credit union today.
It's time now for this week's Ask Coach Kelly question presented by CBTS. This week's question comes from Greg Cleaver of Granger, Indiana. Greg asks, Coach, what are you going to do to prepare the team for their first true road game and first game on natural grass this season against Florida State?
Well, we'll pipe in some loud music, obviously. We'll get the war chant going. Certainly they're going to hear that quite a few times. We'll get them acclimated to that. And we have a grass field, so we'll be on grass Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and get our team acclimated to that because it'll be a hostile environment and one that will be a great challenge.
If you would like to send in a question for Coach Kelly, just log on to UND.com and click on Ask Coach Kelly in the rotating boxes in the middle of the main page. The eyes of the college football world will be on Tallahassee this Saturday when number 5 Notre Dame takes on number 2 and defending national champion Florida State in a battle of unbeatens. It is the kind of game players come to Notre Dame to play in.
Oh, it's going to be great. Obviously, they have a great history over there. Fans are great. Student section is great. But, we play in something like that every day. We're used to, loud crowds. And so it's nothing new for us. We'll be ready.
Well, at the end of the day, this is football. And it's a kid's game, and I love playing it. And so I'm going to go have a great time, practice. Playing down in Florida, it's going to be an awesome experience. And I'm really looking forward to it. So you got to feed on it, but at the same time, make sure you don't lose your focus. And, we had a lot of veteran guys that have played in a lot of big games.
The game is big, but this week is going to be big in how we prepare and, how we kind of take care of our business.
It's a matchup of two teams who have excelled on both sides of the football at various times this season. And if the Irish are, in fact, able to take care of business down in Tallahassee on Saturday, they will break Florida State's school record 22-game winning streak.
22 consecutive wins, national champs, defending champs, a quarterback that is accurate, can make all the throws, an aggressive, athletic defense. They've got all the pieces, great coaching. We've got to play our very best, tackle well, do all the fundamental things. I think if we play our very best, we got a great chance to win the game.
Should be fun. That will do it for this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly. We, of course, will have all the highlights and post-game reaction from Saturday's showdown between the Irish and the Seminoles in Tallahassee on next week's show. Until then, thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Irish. Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly has been presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame members Coca-Cola, Sprint, Gatorade, and Under Armour. Inside Notre Dame Football is also sponsored by ATI Physical Therapy, Bank of America, Cadillac, CBTS, Xfinity, Meyer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and UPS.